Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday I asked the government about the $1 million political team they have assembled to deal with issues in the Premier's office. I asked why all these highly paid communication folk came from outside the province at a time when jobs are desperately needed inside the province. And the response was, well, when New Democrats get elected, they want to hire people who share their worldview. To the Premier, why does the NDP worldview have to be trotted out by out-of-work NDP staffers from Manitoba and not Alberta?
You know, Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect, I do realize that there are many members of the third party who wish that their friends could have kept their political jobs. But when you hire staff who are definitively working in political positions, it's important to hire staff that come with experience governing, experience dealing with issues across the country, as well as people who can give you political advice. So I'm not going to, we hired people on that basis, Mr. Speaker, which is exactly what the previous government did, which is exactly what the Harper government did, which is exactly what happened.
Thank you, Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's the doing things differently gang. Given that this government claimed to be streamlining its Public Affairs Bureau, yet added a number of new people whose sole task seems to be grinding out press releases, it appears to be sharing the NDP worldview in a very pricey endeavour. Along with their $1 million issues management team, how much of a bill are taxpayers sucking up so NDP spin doctors can preach your worldview?
Honourable Premier.
Perfectly clear, Mr. Speaker. The people in my office, who I believe is what the member is referring to, operate within a budget which is effectively the same as the budget that existed under the previous Premier and is extensively lower than the budget that existed under the Premier prior to that, a good friend of the member opposite's, I believe. So, in fact, I believe that we're doing our job in a cautious and financially responsible way, and we will certainly continue to do so, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given that we've endured so many lectures from the Doing Things Differently gang about how they're bringing back fairness and perspective back to Alberta for Albertans, it's startling to hear that they needed to go outside Alberta for the team to message that out. Again, to the Premier, now that you've hung a Albertans need not apply sign on your comm shop, what actions do you recommend for unemployed Alberta comms professionals other than to apply for EI?
Well, again, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the joy of exaggeration. I, probably did a little bit of it in my career in the opposition as well. There's no question. But suffice to say, there are many, many long-term dedicated Albertans who are working in my office, and I very much appreciate the support that they give to our government each and every day, Mr. Speaker.